let's talk week 6. I've only looked at a couple tests so far, but the ones I've looked at I've been impressed with, so well done. Week 6, the weekly agenda. Now please look at the weekly agenda as well as watch this video. I'm really not understanding where the confusion is with people who are claiming that they have no idea what's going on. But anyway, so you're watching the weekly instructional video right now. You're reviewing the weekly agenda. We're going to cover quite a bit of ground this week because I kind of let you off a little bit last week because we took the test. But we've got some ground to cover. So we're going to review the presidency and the war powers. You're going to review Congress. You're going to review the Supreme Court. All right, and there are 3 assignments that shouldn't take you too terribly long, but are important to reinforce your understanding of the war powers of Congress. I mean, even just to know who your representative is, which not all my students do or have in the past, and the Federalist Papers. Now, I've highlighted these. We're going to talk about all these. I don't know how to make it any clearer that you need to do these, that these are assignments. And I've been nice about this up till this point, but these last weeks, 6, 7, and 8, there will be no extensions. You either do the work or you don't. That's it. All right, so we have the war powers. The president has war powers. We know that. There are things that he can do in an emergency. This is something that I saw at Hillsdale College. I give credit there to Dr. John W. Grant. These are notes I took from his lecture on the war powers. Anyway, kind of an old video, but still the information is good. It's sound. Now, again, as I said, it's an old video, so do not do anything I tell you to do in that video. Those are, that was for a class long ago that I made this. The only thing that you're going to do regarding the presidency and the war powers is this, Nixon and the War Powers Resolution. This is a great assignment that really drums in the understanding of exactly what was going on and the history of the war powers and why they're important. All you're doing is reading this blurb up top. Your own research, if you need to or want to do your own research. Of course, always cite your sources. Questions 1 through 5. You forget about the extension. Don't do the extension. All right? And the assignment is right here. It's the 5 questions that you just saw on the last web page. 30 points. You upload a file or just type your answers in. Due July 16th. That is assignment 1. That will be talked about. This is being talked about in the instructional video. This will go on the announcements. This will be in the agenda. All right. 3 places. So everybody knows that this is an assignment. All right, then we will go to Congress. And again, if this stuff isn't cooperating, just click on the title of the thing and it'll download for you. Anyway, the slides. Then Congress Part 1. If YouTube refuses to connect, again, just go to the slide or go to the title, click on it. It's right up there. Congress Part 2, Congress Part 3, Congress Part 4. Now, my hope is that you watch these videos. I do include more in the lecture than what you would just get from looking at the slides, but you can just look at the slides too. But if you're watching these videos, as I've reminded you every week, take your time. Take 10 or 15 minutes, then take a 20-minute break, then come back and watch these for 10 or 15 minutes. You don't need to do, all of this in an hour. You're not going to remember it. All right? Now, after Congress, we're doing this. Excuse me, I've missed a step. This is just a handout. All right? If this loads, Anyway, this is just the Powers of Congress handout. This is something I hand out to my in-person classes. If you find it useful, you find it useful. If you don't, you don't. It is just that, just a handout. You see there are some questions here. Don't bother. It's a handout. It's for informational purposes only. That's it. It's just something for you to have. It is not, again, not an assignment. But this is Congressional Web Quest. So you will be doing outside research. Again, always cite your sources. I've got Turnitin up on this. Remember, you need to look for a majority of this. They're not necessarily in the slides, but you're learning. Again, I don't want to assume anything, but I've had students who don't know who the representatives are, who don't know who the senators are. You need to know these things. These are just basic facts. Many of these questions that I have got to at least attempt to drum into your heads before you leave my class. So this is assignment 2. I'm talking about it here. It will be in the announcements. It will be in the weekly agenda. You know this is an assignment. Then I'd like you to watch the video before you do the slides, because it's just a fun introduction to the Supreme Court. It works better in person, but in the video, this is me in an in-person class where they're trying to guess who it is I'm talking about, and you ruin it if you just go look at the slides. But anyway, with this, we're going to wait until it loads. You don't need to do these questions. This is not an assignment. All right? Do not do these questions. Then you're going to review the Supreme Court. Here are the slides. I've recorded some lecture videos. And this one's a long one. Do not watch it all at once. Don't feel like you have to watch it all at once. All right. This is, again, something I give to my in-person classes that I wanted you to have. This is just a handout, not an assignment, just a handout. If it comes up, which it might. We're getting there. Yeah. It looks like we're probably not. Anyway, it's just this. It's state and local and federal. But just a handout. Don't need to do anything with it. It's just for your information and edification. Then this is the third assignment and last assignment for the week. It is the Federalist paper assignment. We're only doing 2, not 5. This is a change from your syllabus, so be sure you're paying attention. I'm only asking you to read and fill out worksheets for Federalist papers number 10 and 51. They're the 2 most important ones from the bunch. I was considering just throwing this assignment out. I cannot. I'll give you 30 points for it. Here is the link to the paper. It just takes you to the Library of Congress website. Now, a few students always make this mistake. They'll click on the first thing they see, and they'll fill out a worksheet on that. No. Federalist number 10. This is what I want you to read. Federalist number 10. All right, and fill out your worksheet on that. Now, this is going to take some time. This is something that you're going to probably have a harder time with. So I hope that you manage your time well, and that this isn't something that's being done Sunday night at 11:50, because that you're not going to be successful. And then Federalist number 51. Right, so just 10 and 51, and then you're going to fill out a worksheet for each of those papers. Do not put both of your papers on one worksheet. You are submitting 2 sheets. All right, you can just download this into Word, copy paste it. I should be getting 2 sheets from you. All right, so this is the third thing from this week. So I've talked about it here. It's going to be in the announcements. It's going to be in the agenda. You know that this is an assignment. So that is week 6. It's a busier week. Again, I tried to give you a little bit of a break because we're taking the test this weekend. So Nixon and the War Powers Resolution, the Congressional Web Quest, and Federalist 10 and 51, which again is a change from your syllabus. So just to reiterate, no more extensions. No more extensions, no more excuses. You know, I don't know how I could make it more obvious what needs to be done, and I don't know where else I can put this stuff so you guys can see it. So if you choose to do your work, you will get points. If you choose not to do your work, and again, before somebody goes, if there is a dire emergency that comes up, of course we can work something out. But I was out raking the leaves with my dad. I went to a 4th of July parade. It's just a whole bunch of stuff. It's like, you knew what you signed up for. So no more extensions except for dire circumstances. And only then I'd really only accept it with proof. So we're done goofing around here. You know what you need to do, and I don't know how to make it any more obvious to you. So if you have any questions, reach out. If not, have a good week, and I'll see you.